Hey, I'm going to do something a little bit differently today. This year I've been sharing how I've made money as a stay-at-home mom and how I've used that to pay for our groceries. And I think for the rest of the year I'm going to cut that off and move on to something else. Um, I was hoping to get into financial coaching, and I'm just not sure that right now I have the time to set aside like big chunks of time to be able to do that. Um, and I've pretty much done everything that I can around the house to make money. I know I could do more, and if I had to, I could make more money. We've actually, my husband and I have sat in our kitchen before and said, if, for example, we needed $1,000 because our child was dying and we had to make $1,000, what we would do. You know what? There's a lot of things in my house I would start selling off. So if worst came to worst, I could make some money pretty quickly. But that's not where we are, and I'm trying to give myself some grace and focus on things that I'm finding important now. And right now, making extra money to pay for my groceries is not where I am. So we have made it, this is, goodness, May, right? So I've made it this far. I did spend the most this last week that I've spent in a while at the grocery store. I think I spent $90. I am going to get like 30 back from ibotta and Fetch. But my goal for the rest of the year is to keep our groceries pretty low and to eat what we have here or what we're able to get locally or grow. But I'm not going to be sharing those updates probably with you. Maybe here and there I'll share some. But today I'm going to do 5 frugal things that we have done this week and share those with you. I saw this in a group that I'm in and I thought, oh, I kind of like this. So the first thing that we did this week that was frugal, my husband power washed our house, and I said, while you're at it, why don't you power wash the shutters and take them off and I will spray paint them. We had some spray paint in our basement that we'd use for another project, and we didn't finish that project because it didn't need done. And so we had all this spray paint downstairs that was black, and our shutters are black, and they looked pretty pathetic. So he took those off, and I spray painted them today. If you see, I've got like paint on my shirt. Yeah. My tip for painting, make sure you dress yourself in clothes to paint. Sometimes I put off painting because I don't want to change my clothes. So I've worn grungy clothes all day so that I can paint. And the 2 projects that I've been putting off were painting curtain rods, and I painted our front door, but there was like a little bit of the edge that I couldn't get when it was laying down in our garage. And so now that it's hung, there's this little section of white that looked tacky. It literally took me 5 minutes to do. But it came down to this key of I had to dress my paint clothes because I wasn't going to change to do it. So we did some updates, the shutters that need put back up, and then working on around the door. Free to us, looks better, and it just took a little bit of my time. The second thing that we did this week that was frugal, we've gotten about a third of our garden planted. We need to go back out and finish that hopefully this weekend or the beginning of next week. But hoping that some of that will grow and we won't have a weed patch, and that we can keep up with it this year in order to get some food for us for the summer and for this winter. So I'm curious if you all plant a garden. The third thing that I've been doing, I really enjoy hanging out my clothes outside, and I had a clothesline that I'd gotten for $1 probably about 10 years ago. It has moved with us 3 times, and it finally got ran over this summer and died. It's been like not in the greatest of shape the whole time that I've had it, but it has worked. But I haven't replaced it yet. So I have the clothes rack that I use downstairs, and this winter I haven't really been hanging them up a whole lot. But my son is not screaming when I leave the room anymore, and so I feel like I can take the 5 minutes without him screaming to hang up like our shirts and our shorts. And so I have been doing that a lot here recently, and I will link the description below my clothes drying rack because I really like it. It holds pretty much a full load of laundry. I haven't been hanging up everything. Like I've been throwing like underwear and socks and stuff in the dryer and towels. But our shirts pretty much will get dry by the next morning. I might throw them in the dryer with the other things towards the end, just kind of fluff them up and make sure they're dry. But that has been saving us some money as well. Another thing that we did this week was my husband had some free meals at work, and they had bought tons of food, way too much. And so he brought some home. So one night this week we had free supper from his work. And then he brought home a few snacks that we're going to tuck away to take on vacation as well. So if somebody's throwing away food, volunteer to take it home. We enjoyed it. And we didn't get it at work, so it was free food to us. The fifth thing that I've been doing is, I wish this was still available, but Panera has their free drink program occasionally, and I've never signed up for it because we don't have a Panera in our town, and so it's 20 minutes for me to get to Panera, and I'm like, I'm not going to sign up to use it once. But my husband works in a town with one, so I signed up. I missed the deadline for him to sign up, but they have free pickup, so I can order it on the app, send it to the store, and he can pick it up on the way home. He doesn't have to talk to anybody. Goes in. This is my free one from today. He goes in, he picks it up, he fills it up, and brings it home. And we've been enjoying that occasionally. It's not been an everyday thing, but if I'm making him run and do some errands, I'm like, you want to pick this up anyways? So that has been a fun little extra perk that we've had. So they have their lemonades and iced teas and stuff this time, and it's not just coffee. So those are 5 frugal things we have done this week in order to save money. I would love to know if you have a frugal thing you have done this week to help you all save money. And if you've enjoyed this, I would love it if you'd subscribe and let me know some other things you'd like to see in the future. So I will see you again next week with something else. I'll talk to you later. Bye.